Hey everybody, Ron Bamer here with another tip of the week. And oftentimes, whenever I talk about goal setting, I talk about what is your why? What is your reason? What are you driving for? And a lot of people will answer this with superficial answers or what have you. I need more money. I want a better quality of life or what have you. And that's not really the way the mind works. The mind works when things, or works better when things are more specific in what you're after, when you are clear on your goals. Now, time and time again, I run into clients that struggle with trying to figure out their why. And the why is what gets you up in the morning, what drives you, what keeps you going, what pushes you through. Now, for some of you, you're doing it just to survive. You're doing it to pay your bills, especially in this challenging market. But others are doing it because they want more out of life. They want greater things, whatever the case may be. I don't want to get into what specifically your why is. What I want to do is I want to get it into two quick things. One, if you don't spend time on this, now, do you have to sit down and try to figure this out and think you're going to get the answer? The likelihood of that is extremely slim. It's more of, what do I want? Why do I want it? Not how do I get it? How is number three. When it comes to really setting goals and creating an action plan, it starts with what do I want? Why do I want it? And what most people do is they say, what do I want? And then how do I get it? Why is the fuel. So we have to get clear on what your why is. So whatever you decide your goal is, don't just ask in pie in the sky. I'm sorry, don't answer in just pie in the sky answers. Get specific. What do you want? Why do you want it? And then here's the second part of it. After you've thought about this, and you continually think about this, don't be consumed with it. You don't have to be obsessed with it. Just continue to work on it. But once you do, start writing these things down. But I want you to understand something. Your whys do not work if they are sitting in a drawer. It has to be something that you see on a consistent basis. One of the things that I do, especially when I set my really big goals, is I put a picture of it on my screen, on my computer screen, whether it's a screensaver, whether it's a picture someplace, something that I can look at on a consistent basis. And then what I do, regardless of whether I can afford it now or not, which pretty much at this point I can afford what I want, my point is I set a benchmark of what I must do in order to earn it. What must I do in order to accomplish it, in order to feel good about receiving it? And that for me, when I keep it visually in front of me on my screens or on pieces of paper, or I'm constantly just thinking about it and talking about it, it never ends up in a drawer. And there are so many people, especially as we're not halfway through the year yet, but we're getting there. And there are so many people that have set their goals in the beginning of this year and have not even checked back to see where they are with their goals. I hope that's not you, but if it is, pull them out of a drawer, keep them out of a drawer, check in with yourself. You might like where you're at, you might not like where you're at, but the bottom line is you're going to give yourself the reality check that you need, that either you're going to increase your goals because you're doing great, or you're going to not necessarily reset your goals, but reset the actions that you're committed to take in order to achieve these goals. Hope this helps. See you next week.